It's cigar time, the world's largest viewed show all about premium cigars. How about that?
All right.
Nice.
The world's
Very
largest.
enthusiastic. I like
It
it.
is very nice.
Yeah,
You
it's a
didn't
little
say-
different
You
opening.
didn't say welcome back.
I didn't say
Welcome
welcome.
to Cigars.
Well, the reason I didn't say welcome back
he's-
is
Because we don't welcome them.
no, we
He's
love
waiting
that.
for the
Oh,
Laurel
okay.
and Hardy.
Next week.
Stop.
Next week, I don't want to hear that. Next week will be our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some betting
Actually,
here
it's
whether
almost,
we
yeah.
should wear formal wear or
No,
not.
no formal.
My
Yes,
guess
an
is-
evening gown,
Absolutely.
My
totally.
guess is that
No.
won't
That
happen.
will not happen.
Won't happen. Just let me clarify a few things first. This show is for you. This show is about premium cigars. We have a lot of people watching this show, and people all over the world actually. They view it on Facebook and YouTube, and of course the people here in the local Delaware Valley, New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania, often comment, what do we mean by supporting your local brick and mortar stores? Brick and mortar is the store you go into in the wintertime when you can't smoke outdoors. Cigars has 9 stores around the Delaware Valley, but we're not on every corner. And we would just implore you to please support your local tobacconist. He needs your support. He needs your sales. He can't operate. He can't run his lounges. He can't operate a business unless you support him. We appreciate the support you give us, but we want you to know we support the brick and mortar stores as well, and we appreciate if you spread the business around.
Go brick and mortar.
Okay.
Your wife does not want you to smoke in the garage anymore.
Speaking of the way we're dressed, I see you're wearing your Phillies hat. Aren't they?
Yeah,
little done?
it's over.
Little late.
The bloodletting ended a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I guess it's time to tip of the cap. You didn't do it for us this year, guys, but maybe next year.
Probably not next year.
But I came prepared.
Nice.
Mr. Director, is this the right Britain? Good.
Hopefully the Eagles do better than the
Well, they're
Phillies.
doing better
I'm
so far.
predicting
This is the
11 and
30th.
5.
This is the 30th of September, and the guys are doing pretty good. I
Yeah.
think, doff of the cap to all of them.
Absolutely.
I mean, they won a couple of tough games. They could have gone either way, and life is good.
What's your prediction?
Oh boy, here we go.
Come on, we got to get it on camera,
I
everybody.
predict if I don't light a cigar pretty soon, I'm going to have to.
All right, we
throw
need to
this
speed
table
this up
around
because
the room.
Paul's going to have a fit.
Yeah.
We're running out of time.
I just want to wait a second. I just want to know when I'm getting my money for the bet that I
Oh, my
won
God.
because of the home runs.
It's not over yet.
Oh, stop!
No, actually, it is
A couple
over.
days ago.
I
Yes,
lost
it is. You
for
lost.
the first time in a gazillion years.
Grazie Dio.
You
Grazie
beat me in a
Dio.
bet. Of course, I
That's
gave you a
exactly
layup on that one. I really
you
gave
did.
you a layup. All right,
20
so
bucks.
so what's the betting? What's the betting on the Eagles this year?
11 and 5.
Wow.
You heard it here.
Rob?
10 and 6.
12 and 4. Gotta be different.
I'm with Rob 10 and 6.
Are you kidding?
There you go.
That's what they did last year. So I'm
Boy, I'm
thinking
so
11.
torn between 11 and 6 and 12 and 4, or 11 and 5 and 12 and 4. I could take the. I'm gonna go out on a limb.
8 and 8.
Oh, boy, that's a win.
12 and 4.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm out on a limb.
I'm all by myself, as usual.
I think it's maybe time to start talking about cigars.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That's why we're here.
Miss T will introduce our cigar for today.
Our cigar today is the Oliva Master Blend 3. The wrapper is a Connecticut broadleaf sun-grown. The binder is Nicaraguan Habano, and the filler is a Nicaraguan Ligero. The sizes are a Robusto and a Churchill, and the taste profile is roasted nuts, pepper, and herb. Just want to point out that Oliva is the second largest grower in Nicaragua. Their Oliva Master Blend series, each one has a completely different blend, and how much you get depends on how much they yield from the crop of that season. So.
I just also want to point out
Just a
that we're
little
lighting,
interesting fact.
cutting and lighting our cigars with
Zycar?
One of our
Zy-
sponsors.
Yeah, one of our sponsors,
The
Zycar.
Illume.
What kind is Zycar?
That's the Illume lighter.
Very sexy.
Very nice.
Comes in 8 different colors.
I got the
does.
white.
Re-engineered with a bigger tank.
Who's got the black?
I got yellow.
That's what my
I have
kid-
orange.
That's what my kids say about me.
What?
That I've been re-engineered with a bigger tank.
Hey, no whispering.
They're
sure that-
official sponsor, aren't they?
They are.
They are an official sponsor.
Of cigars.
Yeah.
Cigar
Cigar
time.
time. Not cigars. Cigar time.
Cigar time.
Paul, have
Forget the
you
name of
got
the show.
any words of wisdom this week?
About this cigar?
No, not yet. We just lit it.
Oh,
You have a topic.
yes, I do.
Okay.
You
Let's
know,
hear it.
We've talked a lot about tobacco, and of course we all know it's a plant. But what we haven't talked about much is the tobacco flower, without which there would be no tobacco plant.
Makes sense.
A couple of things that, if you think about it, you might already realize. The flower pops out on the tobacco plant when it's fairly mature, usually about 6 feet tall. And on the plantations where they're growing the tobacco, typically they pinch off the flower as soon as it starts to emerge. And they do that so that all of the nutrients that would go to the flower wind up going to the leaf instead. Because the more that goes to the leaf, the more flavor you wind up with.
And since the plant's 6 feet tall, Rob can't reach the top.
It's very funny.
So they pinch
Short
off.
jokes, really? You're not much taller than me.
He goes for the broadleaf flower.
Yeah.
That grows lower.
Let's not dwell on that.
It's an interesting thing, though. During flowering time in the fields, you will see about 1 out of every 50 or so plants will have a bag, a plastic bag over the flower.
It's one of the ugly ones.
But yeah,
I could do 5 minutes
What's
with that
going
line.
on with your
I could go on and on
cigar,
about.
Check out the operator
It's a-
error in
that's very
lighting
funny.
that
it's a
cigar.
double bagger.
It's a double bagger.
They do that because
That's very good, Scott.
Don't
They-
forget, this is the family hour.
Yeah.
they select a particular plant that they
Half hour.
want to get seeds from, and they let that one continue to flower. But because the seeds are so minuscule, I think you pointed out there's somewhere on the order
there's
of
like 11
11,000 per gram.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
About
lot.
the size of a grind, like if you ground coffee, it's about the size of a seed.
A
Ground.
really fine ground coffee. Anyway, so they pick the ones that they want, they put a bag over the top, and they let it go to seed, as they say. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the flower itself. If you've never seen one, we'll try to get a picture that you can see during the airing of this show. The flowers look like trumpets. They're kind of long and deep. They generally are either white or a very pale purplish color. But here's a few surprises. They only open at night. They stay most of the way closed until the air cools off and the sun goes away, and then they open up.
Like
Because the
like
freaks come out at
vampires?
night.
Like vampires.
Nocturnal.
Because they're freaks.
And, well, no, it's actually because tobacco is a member of the nightshade family, and that's a characteristic of all nightshade plants that they open. That's
What
why
other,
it's called
what other
nightshades.
nightshade plants are there?
Belladonna.
That's what I wanted you to say.
Well, we won't go there.
You don't want to chomp on those.
No, well, you don't really want to chomp on a live tobacco plant either.
No.
They are extremely fragrant. In fact, they make an excellent garden plant for around your house. It's a slightly different breed, but tobacco plants are actually very common in gardens in the United States. And the reason is, if you get the lower growing varieties, they almost act like a ground cover. The flowers are actually very pretty. They smell fantastic, and they attract hummingbirds like nobody's business. It's one of the best plants if you want to get hummingbirds to come around and hang around. And even though it's an annual, which means it dies every year, they come back every year because they make so many seeds that it just naturally reseeds itself and comes back the next season.
Nice.
The fact that they attract hummingbirds is actually very useful in the tobacco business. Historically, that's how they would pollinate the plants on the plantations. When it was time to pollinate, when the flowers were coming up, they would release flocks of hummingbirds into the tobacco fields, and they would go from flower to flower, carrying some of the pollen with them and moving around, and that's how they would reproduce the
we still
plants.
do that?
I'm thinking
They might do it in some parts of Cuba, but that's not generally how it's done anymore. It's usually done in a lab in a hothouse, and they generate new seed that way.
Paul, you might want
The bee
to
union took over.
you might want to explain, since a lot of people watching the show live in the cities or the urban areas, and may not be familiar with hummingbirds. Believe it or not, you don't see too many hummingbirds in downtown Philadelphia.
No, I would imagine not.
Humming
Explain,
pigeons.
Depends on where you go.
explain what a hummingbird
For
is.
those of you that don't know, hummingbirds are amongst the small, I think they are the smallest species of bird. They're typically only about that big.
Yeah, a couple inches.
They're called hummingbirds because they're one of the few birds that hover. They don't glide. Their wings beat so fast that they can stand still in the air
Like a
and
chopper.
just hover, kind of like a bumblebee.
Yeah.
And one of the interesting things about them, if you watch them, particularly around a tobacco plant, is they have a fairly long beak and a very long tongue. And what they do is they hover in front of the flower, they point their beak at the flower, and then stick their tongue all the way into
Yeah.
that trumpet to pull out some nectar and pollen.
That could be useful.
I've
In all
actually
kinds of
seen
ways.
that. I've
The
seen that.
cartoons show that when they show the little tongue coming out.
It is
the end
interesting.
of like the horn-shaped looking. beak.
There is actually a brand of cigar called Nectar de la Flor,
Oh yeah.
which means nectar
Yeah,
from
the
the flower,
flowers,
and
yeah.
their logo is a hummingbird in
Yeah, I've
front
seen
of a
that.
tobacco flower. You know who makes that cigar?
Sonia Henny?
No.
Oh God.
Does Nestor make nectar?
No, that's not a Nestor cigar either.
Who makes it?
That's one of mine.
Oh, it's one of your old brands.
Yes, it is.
Ah.
It's not Sonia
We didn't
Henny?
even talk about initial light up.
So that's about tobacco flower. Unless
Okay,
you
that
want
was-
to talk about
Right.
more, you,
Well,
you can
actually-
make great bread out of tobacco.
That was pretty cool.
Why do they take the flower off the plant?
Because the flower sucks a lot of nutrient out of the plant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all plants, when they're reproducing, send all of their nutrients there instead of anywhere else in the plant, and you want it in the leaf. You don't want it in the flower.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
think I said that.
Interesting.
He did say that before in one of the earlier
but-
episodes.
No, I
That
said
guy-
it about 2
he didn't
minutes
hear it.
ago.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Guys
Oh,
over in
gee, thanks.
Colmar. He's right there. He didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
But what's the first impressions of this? We didn't even get to do initial light up impression.
What did we do?
Sweet.
Yeah.
The initial light up impression.
It's
It
actually
is
very
oh,
sweet.
Sweet in
Yeah.
so
Spicy.
far.
Spicy.
It is spicy. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting
Really?
roasted
I-
nuts as soon as I lit it up.
Really?
I get
Yeah.
those too, but only when I'm in the sun.
Okay.
Oh man.
Wow.
I think it's time for maybe a word from one of our other sponsors,
Ooh.
Who's that?
Barbecue Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Oh, BBQ, BBQ.
Do you like good barbecue? Do you want mouth-watering, succulent meats and
Everybody
side
likes
dishes?
good barbecue.
Mouthwatering.
Watch the graphics as they go
succulent
by. If Paul does his job well.
meats. Never mind that.
Barbecue Barbecue, you can see the menu and you can see pictures, even more pictures than are being presented now, at mybbqbbq.com. That's mybbqbbq.com.
Might want to spell that out.
I think I just did.
Oh, you did? It didn't sound like you did.
Oh my
It sounded like a word.
As you can tell,
my God.
the lovely Miss T,
Wow.
the lovely
That was
Miss T,
It was serious. That was
was,
serious.
was
are, you,
an Oxford
are you kidding?
was an Oxford graduate,
Wow.
Oxford Circle.
Have you ever said the following line? What's the number to 911?
No.
Yes, you have.
Well,
Yes, you have.
you're there. I hope you don't ever need
You're right.
it.
You're right there.
Wait, we're in the middle of a commercial.
Oh, let's start it over.
You know, if you go to that website,
Yeah.
to and this is how it's spelled, mybbqbbq.com. If you go there, the first thing you'll see is some incredible views of the all-you-can-eat.
I was coming
buffet.
around to that.
Well, I'm bringing you.
I
there.
was coming around to
Feed it.
that. Every Monday and Tuesday night from 4 o'clock to closing for $19.95 is all-you-can-eat barbecue. Pick me up on it if I forget something.
1995.
Ribs, brisket, pulled pork, pulled chicken, sausages,
Barbecue lasagna.
meatballs, barbecue lasagna.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you ever had
you-
barbecue
yeah,
lasagna?
where do
So
you
you-
taste
Barbecue
it?
lasagna is incredible.
And don't
Pizzas,
forget the cornbread.
cornbread,
Cornbread, pork
macaroni
and
and
beans,
cheese, green beans,
collard
What
collard
kind of
greens.
greens? Did he just say
No, I
it?
said collard greens.
Oh,
Hey, I'm from the city. Give me a break.
Oh, okay.
I'm not from the South.
There's even
What did I
roast
forget?
pork and rib stew.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That
that
is
is good.
really
That
good.
is
Sausage and meatballs.
So bottom line is, if you go to Barbecue, which is located at 537 Easton Road in Horsham, right up the street from the Horsham Cigars, and you mentioned that you heard about this on Cigar Time,
They'll laugh you right out of it. No.
no, they will give you a free dessert and a hearty handshake.
I knew he was going to get it in.
Stop
I
it.
No
told
laurels,
you.
though.
No laurel, just a hearty handshake. So no,
Yeah.
seriously,
Closing's at 9 o'clock.
you seriously,
close.
you
Four
will
close.
love the food.
should do a
It's
barbecue
worth
TV
the
show.
drive.
You know, I've seen a lot of people
Barbecue
going
time.
to the barbecue store, putting their order in, coming down here, grabbing a cigar, and then going back and
You
getting
can
their
do
food
that.
and they're
You
Happens
leaving.
all
can do
the
that.
time.
I think that's
Happens all the time.
awesome.
Does
Well, you're
happen
gonna,
all the time.
folks, you're gonna love the food, and I guarantee it.
What do you get a
I
guarantee?
personally
I
guarantee it.
personally guarantee it because I'm an eater there myself.
Really?
Can you tell? Enough already.
We eat there every day.
Yeah, well,
Every day for
almost every
lunch.
day. Almost
Us
every day.
minions, no.
minions?
No, yeah.
I think it's time to give our initial impressions after we burned the.
And
I
then-
want to say something
We already
about
did.
the fact that this is the Master Blend version 3.
Yes.
You know, it had
The
come
newest
out
version, yep.
two times before.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
And one of the things about the first two
Okay.
was that very distinctive was that
Yeah.
they were actually the wrapper leaf was tattooed with a design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original one, yeah.
The first
First
two.
two.
Oh, first
Yeah,
two? I thought
yes.
just the first one.
And then the machine that did the tattooing of the tobacco broke. And when they found out that it would cost over $100,000 to fix the machine,
That's the end of that machine.
they said, let's forget the tattoo and just focus on the cigar.
The tattoo is
Wow.
actually pretty cool.
It
Yeah, it
was
was
cool.
cool,
Was it
Was it
Yeah.
$100,000 cool?
But
Yeah,
the
no.
cigar is pretty cool too. This
So
time
it cost
around.
more to fix the machine than it actually
Yeah.
cost to make it?
Probably. Another interesting fact: they actually the leaves that went to make this used to be exclusively used for a family blend. It
Oh,
was just
okay.
a cigar that wasn't
They
it wasn't
smoked,
released.
yeah, yeah.
It was just something that was for private use.
For the
and then they
Oliva family.
yeah.
Now, interesting, is there any other cigar that has a Connecticut broadleaf that's box pressed?
I know there's another Connecticut
Oh, this is
broadleaf, but I don't think
Yeah, it is.
there's another
There
Connecticut
is another
broad-
one?
Yeah, there
Yes,
is.
it is. It's a
It is Connecticut.
broadleaf.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
But
It's a
what's interesting is it's a
sun-grown.
sun-grown and it's not a Maduro.
Yes,
You
it
usually
looks-
only
Well,
see
broadleaf,
Connecticut
yeah.
broadleaf
Yeah.
as a
Yeah,
Maduro.
it's not a Maduro.
It's not a Ma- it's
That's
a-
what. That's
it's
why I
not,
ask. It's
yeah.
unusual.
Well,
it's an
then
unusual
maybe-
blend.
Yeah, the
in that
Perla Del Mar.
aspect.
The Perla. The Perla.
That's not
Actually,
a
there is
broadleaf.
one.
That's
That's
not
not broadleaf, you
Connecticut,
said
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
No, no, Connecticut
there is one.
broadleaf.
Oh.
Tatawadi,
Connecticut
Kahuna.
broadleaf.
There is a Connecticut
2012
broadleaf, but I don't think
Maybe,
there's a sun-grown.
It is.
I don't
I
know.
don't
Wanna
think there's a
wager on that
Connecticut
one, too?
broadleaf sun.
Well, I feel like I've lost control of the show.
You haven't.
Yeah,
This is
it's a
good
question. You didn't like the
banter.
answer.
Yeah, well, you know.
Since the camera started rolling,
Yeah.
you've lost control
I
of
feel
the
this
show.
That's because you
massive.
didn't start
You
it
just
off
have to be in
correctly.
I feel this
control.
massive tension in the air here.
What tension?
Cutting edge tension.
You're
I
bringing
like
tension.
it. I like it.
It's the smoke.
It's the smoke.
A lot of smoke.
Reminds
in
me of
this
a
cigar.
song. Smoke
This
gets
is
in your
one of the
eyes.
smokiest cigars
Yeah, this is very
I've
smoky.
had in a long
That's
Yeah,
why I
but-
like this.
Well, should we talk more about the cigar, or should we
Yes.
bring up our topic?
Well, how expensive
Oh,
is this cigar?
topic.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
this is the
yeah.
Robusto. This is 1030,
Wow.
and the
Okay.
$10.
Churchill is 12. What was it? 1240, I think, something like
Something
that.
like that.
It's a very limited release cigar with
It
a
is very
price to
limited
match.
release. Yes.
Okay.
We have it in all
It's
the stores,
limited
right?
We
because
have it in all stores.
each year they come out with a different one. That's hence Master Blend 3. This is number 3. Each crop is going to be different. Each blend is going to be different.
Right.
Correct.
And how much you get depends on the crop.
Well, I have an
So-
To
idea.
get licorice.
I have an idea. Isn't it time for us to really, give some people a great buy?
What?
Yeah.
If you
What?
want to.
Suppose we make some 10-packs. How's that sound?
Oh, we're doing a special?
We'll do a 10-pack, a pack of 10. So a pack of 10 would be, I guess, between $103 and $124.
So
for
I say
10.
$100.
How much?
That sounds like a good number.
$100.
How do you spell that?
Oh my God.
How much does the shrink wrap cost? We'd add that to the cost.
Oh, it's
We'll throw in the shrink wrap.
See?
So,
Are there 10 cigars in the 10-pack?
there are 10 cigars in the 10-pack.
Okay. Just
Wow.
Yeah. How many years did you go to school to figure that
No,
one
it's
out?
because you said it like 4 times.
What are they going to be
Okay.
the sizes?
So we're
The
gonna
Robusto and
offer the
Churchill.
Robusto and a Churchill.
Oh, okay.
So we know the retail would be between 103 and 124. Throw out some suggestions. What should we sell it for?
89.95.
I like Tia's favorite number, 69.
That is my favorite number.
Wow.
He remembered too. You see
degree.
that?
Well, we have really gone
do.
down the toilet.
This is going right in the toilet.
This is not.
Scott,
in the
what do you
toilet.
Great number.
70.
Wait, he just said
69.
69.
Well,
Yeah,
you know
well,
I
Scott
go with the
always
other
wants
way.
to go up. I got to tell you, I don't think we should give a deal at all. This is a great cigar that
It's
should
very
sell
good.
itself.
I don't know
Nah,
if people
we
know
should
this
give
is
a
an
deal.
Oliva.
Oh,
We should
you're
give a deal.
mean
Did
today.
Did we tell people this is actually a cigar from Oliva?
I don't
Yes.
think
Mention
so.
that, but-
Yeah,
I
it's
said
Oliva.
Oliva Master Blend.
Wait,
So-
every time we've offered a deal, we've sold thousands and thousands. So
There
why don't
aren't.
we continue the tradition?
Okay.
Let's
All right,
make it. Let's,
$59.95.
well, you're heading in the right direction.
Wait, you're doing a pack of 10 because they come in a box of 20, so I think that's awesome.
A pack of 10.
I think that's awesome.
Why don't we
With
give
10
them out for?
Don't say $49.95.
Well, that's what I was going to say. $49.95.
Well, now you're not allowed.
You know that.
Wow.
I'm not allowed to say it.
No.
You can say
All
whatever
right,
you want.
I'll say it anyway. $49.95. Pack
Wow.
of 10. While supplies last, and we have a few thousand left. So
No dealers.
That's a 50%
What's that?
discount.
No dealers.
More than that.
No dealers.
Yeah,
No
it's
dealer.
more than
What's
50.
More than
dealers?
50%.
Limit 1,000 to a customer.
What does
No
dealers mean?
retailers can come and buy a bunch to
No
sell in
wholesale.
their store.
No wholesale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll continue this for at least 2 weeks or till supplies dwindle.
I don't know that. Based
Supplies
on,
are not going to
No,
last
no, no.
very long.
Yeah, based on stuff we've done in the past.
It'll be gone fast.
It'll be gone very
$49.95 for a
quickly.
pack
Yeah.
of 10 of these cigars.
It might be going quickly. Who knows?
They're gonna go.
So under $5 for a $10+ cigar.
Yeah, it's like 50-60% off. A super
And
premium
a really
cigar.
good cigar.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's rate it.
Well, we first got to do our review
We gotta
on it.
do a review.
All right, so let's do our review and then rate
I'll
it.
start.
Okay.
My initial taste of this was very spicy, but it was smooth. So it was almost like a spicy, mellow, smooth. The construction's beautiful. I love that the ash is just hanging on, not going anywhere. That's always good for ash. I
Where's
definitely
it going to
get.
go?
It's
It's gonna run away.
It's going to go back to Paul's scene.
I get the roasted nuts. The pepper kind of reminds me of a white pepper, not really black. I'm getting white. And
you are.
I would definitely pair this with a limited release of the Flying Dog Amarillo.
Oh,
It has yeah, you like this, right?
I'm
I like
impressed.
Flying Dog.
I think because it's an homage to the limited, so I think you should have a limited, drink with it. It has it has complex combination of spice and citrus, so hence the spice in here, and the herb would pair very well with that beer.
Wow.
I like Flying Dog.
Rob?
I've had a few of these cigars. It's very spicy. I don't like the cigar at all. At all.
Whoa.
I didn't like the first one. I didn't like the second one, and I really don't like the
Really?
third
I'm
one.
falling off the chair.
I don't like the cigar at all.
So give me yours.
Look at Scott's face. I
There
wish I
is
had a camera.
seriously-
Really?
There is nothing I like about this cigar.
Where did
Other
that
than the
come
fact that it comes
from?
from Oliva, which I love.
How
I
about the
love
band?
Oliva.
You like the band?
The band is really nice.
I didn't even
All right,
talk
we'll
about
see.
You didn't
I
even
didn't
talk
even
about
talk
the
about the
band.
band. Hey, I'm getting more advanced
The
here.
band is nice.
Right?
The cigar. No, I'm not done.
Giving you the hook.
Bashing.
He's
No
going
way.
to tell us why he
You're
doesn't
gonna
like
get the
it.
hook out and give me up.
Get the hook.
Hey,
No way.
Art, there
I-
goes those sponsors.
I don't like the cigar at all. To me, it is completely devoid of taste.
Whoa.
Wow.
Absolutely. And I've smoked more. This isn't the only one I've ever smoked.
Okay, I just want to remind
It
everybody.
is not my taste profile at all.
I just want to
You
remind
said it has no
everybody.
taste.
Everybody's
Exactly.
opinion is their own.
It's my own opinion.
As cigar smoking is very subjective.
It is.
And sometimes amateurs get a hold of them.
Yeah.
Amateurs.
I'm shaking my head
No
in complete
way.
shock.
This cigar is
No.
terrible.
No
You're out of your
opinions are wrong.
mind.
Toothy, it's
No
oily.
opinions are wrong. Some are just really stupid.
And I think the four of you are
Well, you don't even know our opinions yet.
You guys, by the reaction you just gave me when I said it was a terrible cigar, I know exactly what your opinions are.
I should have fell
really,
off
really
the
don't
chair.
like
I
This is
hate
way
this
down.
cigar.
He hates it.
Hate it.
Scott,
Give it to Mikey. He likes
I
everything.
like this. I think it's fantastic. I mean, it's media bodied. I think I've read somewhere on the website that it was
said
full body,
full,
but
but-
this is
not
more
full body,
medium.
medium body.
I'm getting a little bit of spice. I guess I will go with the white pepper on that, but I'm actually getting some roast coffee or cocoa notes from it.
Paul?
Cocoa nuts.
The first few puffs were surprisingly sweet, especially
Yeah.
considering that it's not a Maduro. I
No,
was really
no.
kind of shocked at how sweet it was. And that sort of now has drifted off into a kind of licorice-y flavor.
Yeah.
Which I really like. And I think the flavors are complex and interesting, and screw you.
Yeah.
Bring it on, man.
Yeah.
My
Here, you guys are
my
so
remarks will resemble the three other knowledgeable panelists on the
You
table.
didn't like the
way.
one either?
No, the one was terrible too.
Oh my God!
Also,
I find the cigar to be on the slightly upper side of medium. I find a nice sweet finish to it.
Yes.
I can't believe you don't like this cigar.
I-
But as we've always said,
Yeah,
you cannot buy a rating on this show.
No.
Sponsor or no
No.
sponsor, we are objective. But remember, cigar smoking is subjective.
it is.
It is very.
And if you
subjective.
don't try it, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, I mean, at these prices, it's
Absolutely,
a
especially
fantastic buy.
for $49.95 for
Yeah,
10 of
yeah.
them.
You have to,
You got to
yeah.
try it. If you don't like them, give them out. Just not to me.
I
Is it-
think the
Alright.
fact that Ron hates them is reason enough to buy a 10-pack.
Well put.
Oh, nice.
Well put.
Cool. We got another topic to get to.
I
Oh, we
think,
gotta do rating
I
first.
think I think this should be the first show where we introduce the new rating scale.
No,
No, we're
no,
doing-
no. 2
we've
weeks.
already played
Two
it.
rating
2
scale.
weeks.
Nobody
2
told
weeks.
me
Okay.
about that.
Don't
Tune
worry
in
about
2
it.
weeks from now.
I'm
I'll tell you
always
the
out
rating
of the
system.
loop.
You are out of the loop.
All right, so let's
Always.
you're a woman.
let's go with the rating before we
ahead.
completely run out of time. Tia,
4.8.
Scott?
Well done.
Jumped right over me.
Scott,
4.5.
Paul.
4.6.
Well, I sort of resemble what they. I did I forget you?
Yes.
Give it a number.
I give it a
Put 'em
2.
out
You
the
mind if
I
I
give it a
leave?
2.
Oh,
I give it a
come
2.
on.
I hate this cigar.
It's the lowest rating
I
ever.
hate this cigar.
Say it
I'm not going to
again.
apologize for it.
You don't have to
Oh,
apologize.
you'll apologize later.
He'll smoke.
You'll be
No,
sorry.
I won't. No, I won't.
Unbelievable. From the mouths of
And-
babes, off time come gems.
What's
another one you gotta
What's
stop
the
What's your rating?
What's
Yeah, you
the
rate
what's
it.
the
Oh,
total?
this is a clear 4.5 to
Oh
me.
my
Yeah.
God, you guys are all nuts.
And I don't like real strong cigars.
I
This
went
that
for-
cigar
I
is
went-
not
I
that
find-
strong.
I love this
no,
one.
More medium.
I
didn't
get
find
the
it-
pepper initial. I got the sweet finish. I'm still getting a sweet finish, and I'm about $5 in.
I get
and
nothing.
the licorice.
Come on, we got another-
No, we'll save the topic for next week.
We keep doing
We
that
keep
every
doing
week.
that. This is the second time.
We're gonna run out of time. Okay.
No, never mind.
No,
never
because
mind.
I need time to talk about
There isn't
mine.
Never
enough
mind.
time.
Yeah.
There isn't
I
enough
need
time
time to talk about
There
it.
isn't enough time, so the people will have to tune in next
Can we
week.
need a
continue to
different
talk about
host.
how bad this cigar
We
is?
need a different-
No.
I'll talk about how good it is.
You guys are nuts.
Why?
And it's 70% Lajero, which I think it doesn't even feel like that.
That's
Not
where
at all.
that flavor comes.
Yeah, that's where the. Yeah.
I will spend the rest of my life trying to convince Rob that this is not a bad cigar.
That is
I'm so glad
Good
he
luck
did
with
this.
that.
unwell spent.
At least you didn't
You were
smash it
wasting your
down
time.
like I did.
No, you're wasting your time.
You
Let
were
me
so
put it this
excited when
way.
we were going to review this.
4 of us agree that this is a super premium, delicious cigar, and one of us
Is
needs
correct.
One of us is-
One of us is
One
correct.
of us,
Voted
one
off
of us
the
needs,
island.
But it's not you.
one of
He's
us
not
needs
right.
some heavy
He's not
institutional therapy.
It's not.
Impatient.
Absolutely not.
I hate to say it's time to say goodbye.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it went by quick. So somebody start.
I'll start.
Oh, okay. You start.
Smoke sweet. Bye bye for now. Hi, Dad. Thanks for watching.
Quickly.
IG.
Ciao for now, everybody.
Jeez.
I couldn't get it out.
Hi, Mom. Life's too short to smoke cheap cigars.
There you go.
Like the
and
master blend.
like I always say, smoke often and smoke happy.
We thank you very much for your viewership. Next year is going to be a year, and we'll see you next week.
Next year?
Thank you very, very much for tuning in.